Hi guys, Nevex here, welcome back to Ace Attorney. Last time, Larry erupted onto the scene, saying he'd heard a gunshot before midnight, whereas everyone else says there were gunshots after midnight. The photograph Lotta showed us of the empty lake at 10:02, that seems to prove what Larry says. So we're now being questioned, asked by Von Karma to explain who he's seen on the boat, if Hammond, the victim, was murdered before. So you've had time to think about it, and I was hovering over the answer, I believe. This is obviously Edgeworth and the murderer. At this point, Hammond is dead. He can't be on the boat. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. But what? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I was going to let you decide who it was. That's at each stage of this theory. This may not be the theory I'm thinking of. He may have actually done this whole food thing in the next court segment. But, oh yeah, I think he did. I may have built up this for nothing. Okay, so we don't know the murderer's name. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Ha! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? But where did he do this? There weren't any boats in the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out onto the lake just to shoot someone? Why not suggest that the real scene of this crime was not in a boat? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Okay, I'll let you think about it. I'm not moving the cursor. So, if the caretaker killed him, where would the caretaker need to be? We've got Larry stand down here. Larry, I think he'd found the still samurai, hadn't he? When he'd after that, and he heard the gunshot. Okay, it's obvious, isn't it, really? If Larry had the radio on, and he heard the gunshot, and he'd just come back from the lake, he'd have to have been around here. In order to hear the gunshot over his radio, he'd have to have been pretty close to it. Take that! Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That's why he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was in the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. This actually is the theory I thought of, so Phoenix does do this now. I didn't build it up over nothing. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honour, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, John. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Bang. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then, who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? I'll let you think about it. Although it is fairly obvious. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. No, this Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Fingersnap, tell us why the murderer had to fight twice. Again, I'll give you time to think, although this really isn't difficult. We just said he deliberately shot on purpose, so it can't be the top one. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Sean. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Mr. Wright did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat has shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realise that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the boat, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honour. These are the events that transpired that night on Gore Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. I guess he believes us. Or he's meriting what we're saying, at least. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defence has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't tell what it was. Your Honour, sir. Bailiff, we are going to trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilise all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Von Karma didn't say anything, but they just kind of took control then. They took control back. Yeah, Nick, you did it. Yep. Well, at least we got Alpha under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Huh. Still, he did save us. I just wished... I just wish our catches weren't so down to the wire all the time. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hi, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I feel it's all over for me, yes. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you've committed. A memory of a murder. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I suppose interesting is a word we could use for it. We're back at the law offices. So did you not talk to Edgeworth then? I got distracted. A memory of murder. Forgive me for that then. Did you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it, not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he never takes someone's life, never. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I heard them swooning in the aisles. Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart's skipped a bit or two. I think you do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bound before me. Yeah, bound before your hero. So he's our new guy to talk to. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But they're trying not to hook you out. Well, it's above the mood, Larry. Hey, I was the guy sitting in the audience, you know. From where I was sitting. Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two. Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defence attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles, and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defence attorney, you know. Say what? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story hanging there. It was the beginning of spring, 4th grade. I was on trial, a class trial. Class trial? This is the big whole background stuff that they've teased since like the very first episode, when they said that Larry was like the reason Phoenix became a defence attorney. This is the background to it. You remember Larry, spring 4th grade? A kid in my class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, the kid would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Oh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Doors are fucking low. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you forget that. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. Well, Ray wasn't in there either. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. So the next day we had a classroom trial with me as the defendant. This is not a bit dramatic. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you, thief. Give my money back, you're such a meanie. No one play with him, just admit you did it. You can't know the truth, tell us the truth. We're not going to play with him anymore. Yeah, and no buying my razor. You shouldn't be allowed in the relay race. On the library committee. The amount of 50 cents I loaned you. Did you up that bank the other day? Now, Phoenix, you should know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I done it. Apologise to the class, Phoenix. Still Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologise. I went over to where the boy was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! You shouldn't have to apologise. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? Little Edgeworth? It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologise. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honour, this boy is innocent. He's practising. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? Little Larry. This is always how it is. Everyone ganging up and picking up one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Friends. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Damn, teacher, you placed the money as well. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were always friends. He's crying. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So it's the kind of person, you see. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defence attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defence attorney, just like my dad. A famous defence attorney. And yeah, he became a prosecutor. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DR6 incident. Right, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about it in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the age I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why you became a defence attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defence attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Wow, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick. We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right, you very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I'm clearing out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. So, lay will stay there. And we've cleared up the evidence a little bit. Took out some shizzle we don't need. The parrot is still very important. Oh, we've taken away the second photo, haven't we? And Lotta's disposition of what it's called. I suppose we don't need that anymore. Okay, so I know we've got quite 20 minutes left, but this is a really good place to stop. So, we've cleared through the second trial section. This is the last day on investigating, and then we go to the final trial segment. Quite long, I must confess. So come back tomorrow. The final episode of Ace Attorney this week. Don't know what's happening next week in terms of uploads and what series. It may well be all Ace Attorney again, in which case we may complete this game in the next week, which would be good in a way. Okay, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to come back next time for more Ace Attorney.